Hey guys, Grifton here, and today I'm going to be doing a deep dive into the zones of Season of Discovery Phase 1 to try to kind of figure out where I think the runes might be. Now this is a complete yes, I don't have any inside information. This is just me going through the old maps, remembering where, oh yeah, I don't really go there very often, or there's something there that they could easily put something there, and kind of just thinking through this out loud in a video so that you might think the same thing, like, oh, there's a spot here, and you could make your own ideas and maps and something. So hopefully you can use what I'm about to put on the screen as a tool, and then you can either build from it or dismiss it, because we have no idea how these runes will even work. Will they be a full quest? Will sometimes they not be? We don't know. So here are my basic ground rules of this. So I think there's only going to be one rune in each zone per class, but I do think there's going to be about one in each zone. For Druid, which is a good example, the Tauren would probably get one in the very beginning area. I think everyone will get one in the beginning area. And then the 1 to 10 full zone, like Mulgore, you'll get one more. You may get two more, but you'll definitely get one more. And then in each zone you go to, there's likely going to be one. They may not do this, but this is just kind of the mentality I'm thinking of, because there's like 12 for a Druid. I think that's the right number. And there's about 17 zones that fit into the 1 to 25. So it's safe to say that about one per zone, because as a Tauren, it doesn't make sense to have one in Tearsful Glades and things like that. So the zones you do go to, there likely will be one. Now, just guessing here. I also don't think they'll be putting anything in higher level zones for level 25. So I don't think they're going to put something in Stranglethorn Vale, which is outside of the 25, leveling. In fact, I didn't even do Thousand Needles. Technically, Thousand Needles is 25 to 35. And though we are going to be 25, I don't think they're going to bother. It's a very hard zone at level 25. It just doesn't make sense, but I could be wrong. I also think they're going to put these runes in places we rarely go. So for the starting zone, it's likely going to be in the cave, because there's a cave in every starting zone. But for all the other ones, I kind of picked places where you don't necessarily go for a quest, or if you do, you might just, barely graze it and then get out of there. So we'll see. I also didn't do any instances. I think it requires you to have a group, and let's say you're in phase 3 or phase 4 of the game and you need to get a rune from a level 16 dungeon, and you can't get a group together. You've now prevented yourself from getting a rune because they put it in an instance. However, the instance entrances for a lot of these places are vast, and I think that would be a good place to put a rune. That being said, let's get into it. Okay, so the first one we have is Dunmorrow. This is your dwarf and gnome starting area. Now the gold star is where I would expect one to be for sure. In fact, in the BlizzCon, we saw an example, and it did reference this cave for paladins. And I think for all the classes, you're probably going to have one in a cave in that starting zone. So even if it's not Dunmorrow, it's likely going to be in the cave of your starting zone. Though there are other places it could be, just kind of like off to the distance. So like the top right here, or sorry, the top left right here. A lot of people don't go. They usually start here, cut across, pick up these quests, and then skim this to do a kill quest, go back, go into the cave, get the thing, and then head back, and they avoid this top area. So I do think it's going to be in the cave for sure. I think that's going to be the case for all of them. But if you're looking for a secondary place, it's probably going to be up over here where people don't really go. Okay, so then in the Dunmorrow as a whole, I put the troll cave off to the is it west? Yeah, off to the west here. I do think people go in here because there is a quest where you literally have to go into the middle of the cave and then leave. However, there's actually more to this cave, and I do think they could use this as an opportunity to just absolutely bury a rune in the very back of the cave. So keep that in mind. I didn't mark the Yeti cave, though it is very substantial and deep. They could put one in here, but everybody plays through here, so it would be less fun to find one in the Yeti caves because everyone goes into it. Like it's like standard questing is going into that cave, and people go very deep because the first couple layers are always killed. So maybe they will. But another idea I thought of is this is the frozen lake here. This is where you learn fishing. There is a hole in the ice, and you can actually swim down inside the lake. I think it'd be really cool if they put a rune inside the lake, because nobody ever goes in the lake. Just a thought. Now over here, there is actually a cave here. It's not a deep cave, it's just kind of like a walk-in cave. And I do think this would be a cool place to put something because no one ever comes up here. The path is like kind of hidden, it's off to the side. So it'd be cool if they just kind of put one over here, but who knows. I don't think they're gonna put one up on the landing thing. It's too hard to get to, though that would be a cool idea. If you don't know, there's like a secret, not secret area, but like you only see this when you fly over it. It's really hard to get to. In fact, I think you need to like kind of like cheat to get there. But anyway, as far as the quarry goes, I do think this cave, even though this is very popular for questing, this cave will have something. A lot of people don't go deep into this cave. It actually goes on for quite a bit. And I think they could easily put something way back in the cave that you wouldn't notice. There's also like this this alliance, I think it's dwarf area. It is an enemy area, it's not friendly, and I think this would be a cool place because people really don't go back here. I believe there is a quest to go back here, but I don't think people ever do it. By the time they get to this level, they're usually just heading on over to lockmodan by then. But let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is Elwin, so this is your humans. There is a cave, of course. That's probably where we're going to get one. There might be something over here with the Defias Brotherhood. There's like that one quest where you got to kill the dude. Most people, they come over here, they do the farm. They don't really skirt the edges here, though there isn't really much to see. You never know, they could put something in there. I think there's something by the water where you can actually cut over here, but I think it's going to be in the cave. Now, as far as Elwin Forest as the whole, I think this island that does have one quest that a lot of people don't do, I think this one might be a good spot for it, even behind it. I don't think anybody ever goes back here, so it'd be cool. There's also this tower down here that a lot of people don't ever go, usually go straight over onto Red Ridge, I think, over here. And I don't think it's going to be this tower. This is a class quest tower. It could be. They could absolutely put it in here, but you already have to come here, I think, at least 2 times, 3 times maybe, as the class quest. I want to say priest. I don't remember which class quest, but yes. So maybe it could be here, but I think it's more likely maybe this tower over here. There's also this little boat dock house thing here. I don't know if it's used for a quest. I couldn't think of a quest that uses this. That'd be a cool place to hide it. There's like a little house you can go inside. There's no rare mobs or anything, so it's kind of just chilling there. It could be at one of the farms, but honestly, like, you've got Princess over here already. I think this is, you got to kill all the main, like, the named guys. Either way, there is a cave right here. Azure Load, is that what this is called? I think it could be in here. It's a pretty deep cave. There's 2 entrances, so you could go in either direction. There's usually people just kill for the mobs. However, when it's heavy gameplay, this cave, because it's almost borderline hyperspawn, people hang out here a lot, so it may not be a good area because everyone goes there. And if we're talking beaten path, I don't know if this cave would follow because you spend a lot of time there. Okay, so Teldrassil, this is your night elf starting area, so it's definitely gonna be up in this cave here, likely. But however, I think it'd be cool to put something right inside of Shadow Glen, like inside the main tree. A lot of people go up the tree and do like their class quests and stuff, and some people, like, they'll sell their items. But there is actually if you go back into the right, I don't think there's anything back there. Maybe it's the hunter class quest. I don't really play a hunter very often, but I don't think anyone even checks inside this building very often, and you could easily just throw one in there, though it's like going to be the cave. Now, as Teldrassil as a whole, there's obviously Starbreeze Village that you could have something. There's already a bunch of little quests over here, so honestly, I don't consider this off the beaten path. I could see them putting something way over here because people really don't go down here. Usually you do your quests here, you might kill over to here, but then you don't actually come down here. And there is stuff down here. I think there's like a rare down here. I didn't put a star here because there's really nothing like to mark, but it could be down here. But I did put the cave that nobody goes into. This is a deep cave that people get lost in a lot. I could see them putting it literally anywhere in this cave, as long as it's not the very bottom where there's like 3 quests going on at the same time. But anywhere in this cave would be cool. There's also this cave up here that a lot of people don't do the quest for because they can't find the path. I think it'd be cool to put that. In fact, I'm not 100% sure that's the cave I'm referring to. It might be this one. I think this is the easy one people go to. This is the hard one. This is yeah, I'm not sure, but there's a cave up here that's like kind of tricky to get to. I think it'd be cool if they did something with that cave. And then I did put a star up here. There are quests up here. This is where like the harpies are, and you've got the bog lords or whatever they're called along the water. And then like a rare, there's like a spider up here and like a rare mob over here. But I don't think they actually do much. There's one harpy quest, but it's a pretty big area. They could easily hide something up with the harpies over here. And then I actually put Darnassus itself. People do not go to Darnassus very often, and I think a lot of people just like run through it, avoid it at all costs. Like, what's over here? You know, a lot of people don't know where the inn is, which I think is here. I think you could pretty much hide something right in the middle of Darnassus and people wouldn't find it for weeks, just because nobody hangs out in Darnassus. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so here we have Tears Fall. This is your undead starting area. You of course have your cave. Once you get out of Death Knell, everyone does these quests. Like, this is the pumpkin patch quest, and then you've got they're not Defias. I can't remember what military force this is, but I can't remember if this is classic or cataclysm, but there's this long quest chain where you have to kind of like mentally help this girl who became undead like deal with the consequences, because like her father hates her. This is where her father kept her, and then she ends up fighting him. Spoilers, fighting him over here. I think this might be cataclysm related quests, because I don't remember doing it ever as undead like in the recent classic times, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. If it is cataclysm, I could see them utilizing these spots for something else, though for some reason I don't feel like, I don't know, maybe it is cataclysm. Anyway, there's also these islands over here. I did go out to them to see what they have on them. It's just plain islands, so they could easily just put something right on top of them or next to them. I also put Agamemnon Mills. Nobody does these quests. They are a pain in the butt. I could definitely see them putting something out here, because it's actually a cool area that kind of gets underutilized. Like, people usually come out of here, they do this, they head over here, they pick up all their quests in Brill, and they just start kind of like working their way around here, but never come back over here. I also put the island in the middle of the lake. I could see that being a thing. And I didn't really do much with over here, just because, I don't know, like maybe they should, because there's nothing really over here. That's kind of why I didn't do anything. There's just a bunch of bats. But yeah, and I also put this here. So this might not be the right spot, but Undercity has a back entrance, and it's somewhere over here. And I think a lot of people don't know about it. And I think it'd be cool to draw some attention to it by putting one of the runes in the back entrance to Undercity. All right, let's move on. Okay, Durotar. So this is your orc and troll starting area. They start right here, and I put the star, of course, on the first cave. However, there is like a secondary cave that you start right next to that has like a quest turn in right when you walk in it, but it goes deeper, and I don't think many people run back there. I think it'd be cool to put something back there. Now, I miss putting a star here, but I think there should be one. So a lot of people don't do this. You pick up your quests in Senjin Village, and when you head over here, there's like this one quest where you have to, I think, burn maps or something. You have to burn in like these different huts. It's a pain in the butt to do, especially if you're not a ranged caster, because everyone shoots bows and arrows and you have to like chase them down. So annoying. But this could definitely be a place where people don't go, because a lot of people head to the islands, and the Echo Isles, all the stuff that goes on is usually at this big island. But if you put something on this back island or this here, all this is just like raptors and tigers. They revamped this in Kata to be more, I think you actually start here if you're a troll, and it really creates like more interaction. However, right now in Classic, I don't think these islands do much except try to get you to this one. They could put it on the primary isle, but there's already like 3 main quests that happen like right next to each other. So we'll see. Of course, I did want to put one on the very popular, I forgot what this place is called, The Hold. But because it's so popular, I decided not to put one here, just because everyone goes here from Razer Hill. Like, they pass it the first time, they get Razer Hill, and they head right back to it. They do all the quests there, and they head. However, there are sunken ships out here, I believe. There's actually some really good lore. I think this is where, anyway, I don't want to go into it, but anyway, I think there is there's a bunch of sunken ships. I could see it being out here, maybe on one of the rocks, in the ship, underwater, who knows. And then through here from Razor Hill up to Orgrimmar, there's like this little pathway. It's almost a cave, like an open cave. It's kind of hard to explain. If you know, you know. But I think there's a lot of offshoots they could put them in. I put one over here. This is kind of like the Harpy Cave. So if you go up and over and back, you go into a Harpy Cave. I think it'd be cool here. However, there's also up on the top, like if you come around and over, there's also this cave right here. It's not very big. It already has a couple quests you need to go in there for, specifically for the Shaman class quest. However, Skull Rock, which is way back here, this is very rarely utilized. A lot of people don't even know there's a cave way back over here. It is a huge cave. It's deep. It even has one of these little like kind of coves underwater inside. I think I've got a video of it. Put it up here for you. So I think that would be a cool place to hide a rune, whether it starts there or it ends there. Either way, really cool idea. Okay, on to Mulgore. This is your Torrent starting zone. Of course, you have your cave. Once you leave Red Cloud Mesa, I forgot that was what it's called. Here's the main world. There is a cave here. I do not remember any quest over here. If I'm just remembering wrong, or I never completed a quest chain in my life that made it that far. This cave is huge. It is one of the bigger caves in probably all of this area. And I had never gone into it, maybe once or twice, just to kind of explore, maybe for mining and things like that. But there's a huge cave here. I definitely could see them putting something in here, since it didn't even register to me that there was a cave over here. There's also this cave. This is like your goblin ogre cave, with the you have to kill like the foreman or whatever. A lot of people, they do the quest out front, because you can actually finish the first part of the quest without ever entering the cave. You do need, there's like a secondary quest where you have to go in and kill like the foreman. It's very dangerous at low level. I think he's a level 11. This cave is very packed, so you have to like really take your time to get down here. A lot of people just avoid the secondary part of this, like the second quest here to kill this guy. So I could see them putting something back there, because it forces you to go and, you know, fight your demons, if you will. There's also this cave marked on the map. I could not find this cave to save my life. I looked all over. I actually logged into like a low level character and looked around. It might be like an entrance, like an upper, maybe even from Barrens that you can get to it. Could not figure it out. So if anyone knows what this cave is, let me know. In case you're wondering what this is the Shaman Cave. Not very exciting. I didn't put it on here. I think it's the Shaman Cave. I shouldn't say that. I'm pretty sure that's the Shaman Cave. If I'm wrong, maybe this is the Shaman Cave. Regardless, I didn't mark it, but you should check it out too. Then of course you have the harpies back here. Something can go back here, but I definitely do red rocks. I do this quest chain every single time. You could put something back here. There's like 2 quests out here. They're really easy. But I didn't put a star there, so let's move on. Okay, so we're on Lockmodan. Now this is we're getting outside of the starting zones. These are kind of like the secondary starting zones. So you've got level 10 to 20. There are a lot of cool places here. I'm gonna start at the top left. So this is the rat tunnels. You do a quest where you have to get rat ears, and there are like packages, I think, that were stolen or something. You have to pick up 3, maybe 5. Not a lot. There's not a lot you need. However, most people don't go deep into this, because once they get their 3 packages, they're out of there. But they could put something back here. I don't know, maybe. I know they won't put something in here. This is just a walk-in cave, but I could see them putting something in here. It's kind of out of the way. A lot of people don't go all the way in, and it's a more complicated cave system. Now over here, I definitely think something's gonna happen over here. If you're wondering what is over here, because you never come up here, not surprising. This is the ogre shaman. I mean, there's like ogres of different types, but the shaman are the annoying ones. There are a bunch of little caves. There is, I think, a boss you have to kill for a kind of like high level quest, and a lot of people just end up skipping it or dying at like right around here and then piecing out, or almost dying and piecing out and running into the alligators and dying here instead. But regardless, I do think they're going to put something up here if they're going to put something in Lockmodan. Now the other obvious place might be the excavation site. This is also a little bit higher level. You do only have to do, I think, 1 quest through here, but there's little kind of like hidden pathways, like kind of like little coves and stuff in here. They could easily hide something, so I wouldn't be surprised if something was here. Maybe back at the retreat up here. I don't think so though. A lot of people do the retreat quest and they kill the bears and stuff over here. We'll see. And then I also found this cave on the map and decided to go see what it was. It is kind of tricky to find, the cave itself. I thought it was this cave. I was like, oh, is that where that one dude is? And they faced the cave the wrong way. But no, there is a little walk-in cave here. I don't know what it's for. I don't remember a quest over here, but I could see them putting something there. And then of course, this cave system is huge over here. There's like 3 pathways that you can go on just to get to the cave. I can see them putting anything anywhere. I know there's those 3 mobs, and you have to do a lot of killing for all the quests that come from here. But I could see them also often like a little offshoot hiding one of these, because this cave system is absolutely giant. All right, let's move on. Westfall. I actually hate Westfall. Even when you uncover the map, it still looks covered because the color is so ugly. Okay, so obviously you've got the islands. I only marked one here and one here, but it could be any of these little islands out here. I know there is like a single quest over here, but I don't remember anything over here, so it could be out here. But any of these little islands need to be checked. There's also this huge cave right here. This is a very dangerous cave, so I could see them putting something in here just to kind of force you to like go through this dangerous cave to get this rune. I also put Moonbrook. This is the entrance to Dire Mall. Again, I don't think it's going to be in, sorry, not Dire Mall, into Dead Mines. I don't think they're going to put it in Dead Mines, but I think either the cave path there, which people get lost in all the time, I think it'd be cool to put something down there. Just another reason not to memorize the path, to go straight to the entrance. Also in the city, the town itself, there's a bunch of like little houses that aren't used. I know that one where I think it's like an alchemy trainer, you can buy one thing, a couple things, but there's a bunch of buildings they could hide different stuff in, so that'd be cool to put in there. And then you have the rogue class quest area. I could see you putting something so it has more than one objective. There's literally rogues come over here, they do that one quest and they never come back. I think they could do something else with this, or there's a couple tents nearby that kind of tease Duskwood. I think you could definitely do something over here. All right. Dark Shore. Okay, so this is your secondary area for like usually your night elves. There is a quest up here, but it's like one quest and that's it. Maybe two. I definitely think it'd be cool to come up here and do something. A lot of people don't even head up here. If they do, they usually stop at the waterfall quest. I did put one at the waterfall area too, just because it is a cave. There is an objective, but it's not complex, and I don't think you ever need to leave the top tier to do the whole quest. So they could force you down deeper into the cave, which would be a cool one. I hope I'm remembering that cave correctly. I know there's like a lot of mini caves along here as well. I also put just kind of like a random start. There could be anything out here. I think there is a shipwreck and a couple other like lost civilization stuff out here. They could pop it. You know, obviously you've got the carcasses along the shore, so they could just put it on one of these random islands out here. And there's also a little island over here they could put it on. I also wanted to mark out the excavation site. This is an annoying place. It's that one kind of like follow quest. It's just the worst. I think it'd be cool to throw something down there to force people to go down there because nobody wants to. There's a cave here. I don't think it's going to be there, but you never know. I mean, it could be anywhere. But yeah, let's keep going. Silver Pine Forest. This is like your undead secondary area. Obviously Fenris Isle. I think there's going to be something here. I don't know if it's going to be in the keep or if it's going to be on one of the little islands, but nobody goes in here, and I think it'd be great to put something in here to force people to go in here. Also, you've got the spider cave up at the top here. The Sons of Aragal area in general could be anywhere. I think this is a boat dock. I remember in Cataclysm they changed it so it is a boat dock. I don't remember what's here. It might just be shore, but they could slap something over here because just getting past the Sons of Aragal is kind of annoying. But also the spider cave, you have to kind of get through all this too. They could do anything over here in this general area. You have something right here. I can't remember what's here, but this is the dock, and there's some tiers here. I could see them putting something here, and then they've got Amber Mill over here as well. Amber Mill for Alliance, they're friendly, I believe, but for Horde, they're not. So that's kind of a cool idea to like put a rune in specific for Horde. You have to actually fight through. I think there is a quest that you have to kill a couple. Most people end up fighting them right down here because this actually spreads all the way down here. There's a couple of quests where you have to go up into the caves and fight some guys. They could put it in the cave here. This is actually a pretty decent sized cave, but I think it'd be even cooler to put it inside Amber Mill proper, like right inside one of like the main little buildings. You also have Pyrewood Village. This is the village for strength, or oh man, I keep saying the wrong ones. Shadowfang Keep. Now, Shadowfang Keep is one of the few instances that doesn't have like a more complicated entrance. You just walk up the path. But Pyrewood Village is right next to it and does have some quests. However, there's a lot of buildings. They could put anything anywhere in Pyrewood Village. Now, I left out the Worgen starting zone, we'll call it. I can't remember the name of this town right off the top of my head. There is a quest where you have to, I think, either fight or talk to some NPCs right at the gate because they're filling out. But I don't know. Maybe they put something over here. I could see that. I didn't put a star, but like maybe. You never know. All right, let's move on. Okay, Barrens. Man, I actually put a lot of more thought that I needed into this. So I'm gonna start at the bottom. So Razer Fen Crawl, I could see them. Razer Fen Downs. Razer Fen Crawls over here. Razer Fen Downs has a huge entrance, like instance entrance. I think Razer Fen Crawl is just a straight shot right in. So I can see them putting something inside the entrance here, making it more complicated. A lot of people avoid this area in general, but there are so many mobs, I'm not sure what they would do. There's like a random couple rocks with some scorpions here. I could see them putting something there just because, I don't know, there's no purpose for the scorpions randomly being there. But I also think there are islands over here. There's a big island here, though I think this is considered to be part of this zone, Dustwallow Marsh. But I don't really know, because if you go to the Dustwallow Marsh map, this is also just gray. So they could put something here, put something here in this island. This is right off your shaman. You did the class quest right off the thing. So you got the Ashawas right here. Pop something really quick here. That'd be easy and out of the way, and nobody ever goes to this island. I also did Wailing Caverns. Again, not the actual instance, but the path to get to Wailing Caverns is very complicated. They could put it anywhere, and it would be a cool find. And then also up by the Harpies in this area, a lot of people do this quest. They usually do the quest, they turn it in, and then they have to go back and kill the leader, and they're like, nah, and they just don't. Also up here, there's a couple cave systems. This is the like the goblin area, the Saphalenge or whatever the thing's called. A lot of people don't do this area, so I think it'd be cool to put it there. All right, Red Ridge. We've got the lake itself. This lake is huge. I could see them putting something here. I know there's the one quest where you have to do the like the lockbox for the necklace or whatever. I could see them putting something further over here. I also think there's like a little like a inlet right here where they could bury something back towards the back. It's not a cave, but it's kind of like a I don't know, an alcove maybe is the right word. There's also this cave right here. Nothing really going on here, but there's only one quest I think over here. There's also this like side path you can pop up and then drop back down over here. I could see them putting something back there. I don't remember there being a purpose for this. I remember going back and killing mobs and wondering what it was for. Maybe it's a class quest, I don't remember. There's also like a plaque, I think right here they could do something with. You do have to turn quests in there, but there's also this cave right here. I definitely think there's going to be something up here. This is just kind of a given. Nobody comes up here. Yeah, also the Stonewatch, I think that's what this is called. A lot of people, they do this quest at a higher level. So like 15 and 25, you got to do it like with a group at 20 and you're probably okay. People that do it at 15, you're crazy. There's a lot of mobs just to get up here. And once you do it, you kill the one guy on the outside, and then you go up to the two. If they put something up at the top, most people, they kill the mobs on the inside and then just bail. Other people, they run up the top and jump off after they've killed the mobs they need because they've got like 15 chasing them. But I definitely think this would be a cool place to put because people do avoid this like the plague. There's also a building right here. I don't think it's going to be there. It's just too out in the open, but you never know. I mean, people don't really go over here. And then you've also got like this. So this long winding path. They could put something back here. This is a pretty deep cave, if I remember correctly. And it's you already have to like work your way back there through mobs. So that they could put something back here. There's the same thing over here. This one is the one where I think you have to kill the mystics. There's like a little camp set up here, and then you go through up the path. They could put it in either one of these caves. That would make sense. I didn't put one near the pig, its name is. I think that's kind of already dedicated. And I didn't put anything along this just because people go there. It's just there's nothing there. So maybe that is a place they put it, is like where something is just barren. But yeah, those are my spots for Red Ridge. Okay, Stone Talon Mountains. So I've got a random start up here. I think I just forgot to remove it. My bad. So there's a cave right here. I think it's going to be one. Now, keep in mind, I believe Alliance have a flight path right here. So it's going to be really interesting if they decide to use this cave because it's obviously advantageous for Alliance, but Horde can get up here. I don't know if this got turned. I think the Alliance stuff might be way over here though. And just getting over here, you have to go through all these like casters and stuff like that. I think they're druids. I do think that you could put something up here. I skipped Charred Valley, though you could put something in here. I don't know, it's kind of an open space. It's indistinct, like anywhere you're in here, you just feel like you're in it. There's nothing special about it. I hope that doesn't take any shots. But also, there is a quest here in Windshear Crag where you come in through here, you have to go up over here and across this little pathway to get onto this like high rise area. And the mobs here are pretty high. I think they're like 26, 27. We're pushing a little towards the top of the thing, but we could put something back here. There's already, I think, at least one quest there. They could easily put a second quest. And then this, I honestly didn't know there was a cave there. I marked it there because I legit had no idea there was a cave. And same thing here, like these two caves, if you don't remember this, it's kind of scattered with like operators and loggers, and there's like a couple of like robotic logging things that you have to kill for a quest. I didn't really explore this area. I did the quests over here. I went up, did this, and then left. You could do the eggs here, but you never really go over here, so that'd be interesting to put something there. I also put it down here by these caves here. This is friendly area, so it'd be interesting what they do with this, at least from what I remember. Maybe I'm thinking of this one, but either way, there's two caves here. Clearly a chance to put something over there. Okay, next we have Ashenvale, so we're definitely into like the later end stuff. Now, I could see them not putting anything in Ashenvale because it's a giant PvP zone, or at least that's how people are perceiving it. So I could see them just not wanting to put a rune here because it just makes it more complicated to get to. However, I don't know, you never know. So this is the entrance to BFD. There's an island here, and the entrance itself could possibly be something because again, it has a winding entrance, very complicated. Because you're going to be going to BFD anyway, it'd be very convenient to have it right there. But yes, I do think if you're going to put it there, it's going to be either on this island or right here. You also have this, I think I marked this right. I'm trying to remember, this is the shaman area. I think this is an area where it's just kind of there. I don't remember a quest being there, and there are mobs here, though you could put it literally anywhere. An interesting place is, this is an island. There's like the Horde has to do this like globe island, and the Alliance own this little village. And if you come here as a Horde and run through here, you'll get attacked by a bunch of high level mobs and just be murdered. And then you end up spawning like over here, or the graveyard's over here, so you gotta walk over here and avoid this thing. And these are higher level too, so maybe something here too, just because it's so dangerous. But honestly, I think it's gonna be somewhere over here where nobody goes. Then we've got the Stone Talon, or I forgot this is the Horde area. I think it'd be cool, and you could see the same thing for Alliance. I think it'd be cool if they put something in the Horde, not in the Horde camp, but near the Horde camp for Alliance. I definitely think they could put something here. You also have I believe this is the path to get to the satyrs, whatever, where you have to collect all the horns. I think this is a pretty cool unused area. They could easily put something up here. And then this is another one where you have to go through this long path and you fight this guy at the end. They could put something up here. I don't think anything happens on this side. You end up just collecting more mobs and then going up to the top to fight the end guy. They could put it anywhere along here. All right, Duskwood. So the obvious answer is Twilight Grove, where the green dragons will spawn eventually. This is used about 1% of the time because there's rarely ever green dragons up. And prior to the green dragons coming out, this is just an empty area. It's kind of like a given. There's also a quest where you have to go down into like these crypt area right here. It easily could house something down there. It's used usually as a farming area, but they could put something down there. I don't know what it would be because it's not super complicated to get through there, but I mean, there are a couple turns. There's also this one over here that also has a couple cool turns to it, but this is this area in general is pretty widely used for questing. You also have this cave down here. If I remember correctly, this is pretty much just a basic cave, but it's off the beaten path. Usually people come here, kill the mobs, and leave. I've done this cave before. I just don't think a lot of people do. Also this cave too. This is the one where you have to kind of go. It's just kind of a straight shot to the back. There's a mob in there that you need to kill. Pretty easy to kill, but they can put something in the very back of the cave. And then same thing up here, another cave. There's not a lot in Darkshire. Like you've got a lot of people use this pathway up here, and usually you only go through here when you have to do the quest, just because it's very dangerous. Like right here, you got a little worgen. So they could probably put it somewhere, but like I think the caves are the safe place for Duskwood if you're gonna put anything. We have Wetlands. So Wetlands technically is actually beyond 25. It's 20 to 30. I mean, a lot of these are, but this one is still in the 25 range. Now the most obvious one is Grimbatal. So this is here and does absolutely nothing. If I recall, you can't enter anything. There's this long winding path that takes you to this spot that you can jump off of. They could put something back here. It would force people to go all the way here and just check. and I think that would be worth it. If they put something here, even better. But people are gonna have to look anyway in the Grimbatal, even though nothing is done with it. I also put one in the camp at the end. I think people hate going through here. This is where all the orcs are, and usually end up dying quite a few times trying to just kill or do something with that tank thing. I still couldn't figure out what it was. Also, this is the excavation area. This has pretty much a wide open space. There is a cave at the top where the quest giver is, but they could put something in here. This is actually a really fun area. A lot of people spend time here. This is where like the raptors, and you have to click on the like the relics and stuff. Also, there's a shipwreck over here. They could put something there, but though a lot of people do this quest, the marines have to be killed. There is a crypt right here where people farm like your moss. You could put something inside the crypt. Also, this is a quest area, pretty popular. You are constantly waiting for like spawns because they just don't spawn rapidly enough, or the right ones don't spawn. There's a bunch of buildings. You could put something in one of the buildings and that would be sufficient. Also, I don't know if it's considered wetlands or if it's considered a Rothi, but there's a bridge right here, and there is a quest where you come up and go over and you have to like do something. Also, the bridge itself has little entrances. I could see them putting something in this bridge here, even at low level, because I think they are lower level mobs. I don't remember correctly. I know there's also like a ship thing over here, but I think that's definitely in the 30s. So we're just gonna assume no. And Hillsbrad. Okay, so Hillsbrad, we have this huge island over here. I think there is a quest here. I don't remember it. I remember being over here before. So I did do a bunch of these islands because I think I recall going here once. But some of these smaller ones you definitely don't go to, so that'd be an easy one. You've got the mine here that you could definitely do. Keep in mind, this is both Alliance and Horde zone, very much. It's like a very common overlap. You also have this, I forget what this is called, Done Something, but this is a common one that people don't really do very often, and it is a pretty big keep, so you could definitely hide something inside this keep pretty easily. You've got this keep over here. This is the escape from Durnhold area. There are places that you could put this, though it's kind of like it's kind of like a destroyed building and things like that. But up towards the way top, you already have to do something with keys, I think. But either way, there's something in Durnhold Keep. Maybe up this pathway. Then you also have, there's like a little hut right here. I think the warriors have to come through here to do a quest. It might be over here, I'm remembering, but I know there's a hut here. They put something in this hut. It's a little bit off the beaten path, close enough to Terra Mill that Alliance would be a little nervous to come over here, especially in like a PvP area, because you're kind of skirting Terra Mill. But I think that would be a cool area to put something in. And that's it, guys. That's all. I think 17 zones. Obviously, I'm just guessing. I'm just kind of putting my ideas out there. But hopefully this triggered some memories for you, so you're thinking, you know, where they might be in each of those zones. And let me know in the comments if I miss any like obvious ones. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, they're probably gonna put one near Mancrick's wife and things like that. Maybe. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, take care.